Hello everyone, this is Dan Gramza and welcome to Gramza Market Studies for Thursday, April 14th. We are looking for follow through to the upside in the stock indices here in the NASDAQ market in particular. We got that, as I talked about in the advanced video. It's meeting some of its challenges, some of its objectives that we are looking for. So it's definitely the right kind of rhythm. I do look for follow through tomorrow. Now normally I would look for a rest day. I think Thursday we have the potential for some more volatility. My bias is for a move to the upside. Now the euro continued, in this case, getting weaker. You know, we saw yesterday this market was struggling, and the day before yesterday, and now yesterday's action we did break to the downside. I look for further movement in this market to the downside. Also in the Swissy, I had some questions regarding currencies, by the way, and I just want to give you an idea of how those are calculated. In the Swissy, the difference between this bearish level and the bullish level is 155 ticks. Each tick is $12.50. So you multiply that times 155, you get $1,937.50. That's where that number came from. And I do look for further movement to the downside. Also, the same thing is true for yen. I had a question about this one too in an email. Same idea. This market trades in well, let's do it this way. This bullish level is at 88.65. The bearish level here, the sell level, is at 92.30. If you subtract those two numbers, you get 365 ticks, and that is 0.0001. So that magnitude is $12.50 times 365, and you get $4,562.50. And that represents the magnitude of change if you and I were long at this level and if we sold the market at that level. So that's where that comes from. Hope that clears things up. Something else you want to keep in mind when it comes to currencies is that you can trade a microcurrency. The CME has that product as well, and that product is 1/10 the value of what we just went through. So instead of $12.50 a tick, it's $1.25. And it may be a product to consider if you've never traded currencies before and you have your strategy together and your risk management. Well, maybe the microcurrency is the place to begin. It's also available in the metals markets as well. Now, the 10-year notes, the 10-year interest rate market, I don't like this behavior. It does imply a move to the upside. It is bullish structurally. I was hoping that we'd stay weak in this market, but we didn't, so we have to be careful here. It does imply buyers coming back in. I really don't like seeing that, but that's the reality that we're dealing with here. And in gold, you know, it finally backed off a bit. The difference here between the bearish and bullish level in gold is $2,100, or $21 is the magnitude change here. So that's $2,100 per contract. And I do look for further movement here to the downside. Now, let's take a look at what's going on in the energy market. In crude oil, well, this market has gotten high enough to find some sellers, and I don't have a lot of confidence in these price levels. For it to pull back right now would be very logical, and that is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a down day today in crude oil. Let's move on over to the bean market. It continues strong as buyers come in with both hands in the soybean market. I don't look for the same size of move, but I'm looking for a market to give us about a 10-cent move to the upside and our friend, Mr. Bean. And that concludes today's market studies. Thank you for being with me, and I'm looking forward to being with you again tomorrow. In the meantime, take care.